We came so far from dreams. The path was hard for me. They thought we fall, you see. Well, look at us now, look at us now. We make it hot when we on the scene. Yeah, that's 1,000 degrees. I got a grind for me and my team. Yeah, you know we gon' eat. You see the crowds when we come around. You know that I roll with some kings. We sit it down, I don't hear a sound, but I ask you who better than we. Tell me who better than we. We soaring to places you never could reach. When we walk in that spot, don't hear none of you speak. Shh, do you want peace or the peace? A king about to put you to sleep. Listen, my team is elite. You not even qualified to compete. He starving, he barely can eat. I guess that's why he always itching for beef. So I put him on ice and I told him to chill. Close your mouth if you can't pay for the meal. Making statements that you know you don't mean. Nice guy trying to act like he mean. Keep it a buck, keep it a bean. Attitudes will put you dudes in the beam. Izuku, he don't live in reality. Shake back, all become a fatality. Yeah, how you gon' hate when you mirror us? You think he a star, he ain't serious. X him out, we not on the same frequency. If you broke, you ain't hearing us. Work the screw, anime, that's how I feel, period. We winning, that's making them furious. We make it high when we on the scene, yeah, that's 1,000 degrees. I got a grind for me and my team, yeah, you know we gon' eat. You see the crowds when we come around, you know that I roll with some kings. We sit it down, I don't hear a sound, but I ask you who better than we.
Yo, what it do, guys? It is your boy, Leo Mookie here, back with you with another new part of What If Izuku Was Pyra and Mythra's Driver. This is part 27, and it's been a while since I've done another part for this series. Now we're actually getting to the part that I've been waiting to do for a long time now. However, I decided to do this part on a special occasion, especially on the month of love. So, with all that said, let's get into that as a quick recap. As Class 1A and Class 1B begins their summer training camp, with everybody in Class 1A basically going through agony and so much pain on trying to improve their quirks, Izuku, Pyra, Mythra, and Jin train with Haze, where they basically have better synergy as that of Driver and Blades after all. At first, they struggled with Haze a lot, especially given that even though Haze was just recently awakened, you would think that she wouldn't have this much battle experience. But because Aizawa was the one that awakened her, his years among years of training as a pro hero basically transferred over to her, making the sparring from the 1 against 4 basically one-sided on her side, giving out a little bit of pointers. Izuku, Jin, Pyra, and Mythra improved quite a bit the next time. However, also, during this time, Jin encounters with that of Koda, and Koda explains on the reason on why he hates that of heroes, but mainly the quirk society that they live in, with Jin basically telling him that that it's okay to be sad in losing his parents. However, taking it out on everybody else isn't going to help anybody, and you should focus on remembering who they were, then what they did. From Jin's words, with making Koda somewhat confused and wondering what he should do. Also, during this time, they were about to do that of the Test of Courage challenge on their second day. However, it seems that the League of Villains finally shows up. So, with all that said, let's get into this, shall we, guys? Currently deep in the woods, you see that of a man with that of multiple burn scars on his arms and on his face, being patched together by that of piercings, as he has that of raven black hair, wearing that of a navy blue trench coat, as he places his hand on that of a tree as blue flames begin to erupt from them, as this being the League of Villains member Dabi, and right beside him being that of another member of the League of Villains, aka Twice, as he creates that of a clone of Dabi, saying, "All raring to go, Dabi, send it out. I'm sending it out now." With that saying, "Good, then I'll keep on the fire going." Let's see what these damn heroes are capable of. Within soon in the distance, seeing that of a huge tornado of pink gas, as it coming from another League of Villains member, Mustard, as this dust using his quirk to being able to manipulate any form of gas. He soon sends the pink gas basically everywhere, causing that of those from Class 1B and even some from that of Class 1A that also went into the forest for that challenge to be knocked out. Only a select few are still standing, with Mustard thinking, all I need to do is just keep this gas going. They won't last for long, after all. These damn entitled brats. As a gleam basically shows in that of his gas mask, behind his gas mask. Back with the remaining members of Class 1A that are at the entrance. Soon, Pixie Bob begins to feel something pulling her away into that of the woods, before wondering what's happening. However, in a split second, soon something grabbed her before then pulling out that of blocking that of an attack. Within soon seeing that of a muscular man with that of long red hair and sunglasses, or rather muscular woman with long red hair and sunglasses, wielding that of something wrapped in that of bandages on her in her arms, almost looking as the person that saved Pixie Bob is blocking the attack. Within soon, somebody right beside that of the attacker basically pulls out off his back, as it looks like that basically tons of swords, knives, and blades all basically merged together. Getting a better look at the person, they basically have that of green scaled-like skin, a face bandana, spiky pink hair, and basically having that of somewhat combat gear on that of his legs and his arms as well, with combat boots as well. As then the savior brings out that of another blade, within getting a better look at them as it being Ida's blade, a Brona, with then soon Pixie Bob seeing what is happening, before using that of her quirk Earth Flow onto the ground, with then creating that of a tidal wave of Earth to engulf that of the three. However, Abrona was able to get out of the way, leaving that of the villainess Magne to basically lose concentration of her quirk, letting Pixie Bob go, with even out of the lizard man known as Spinner to also step away as well. With then soon Pixie Bob saying, "What the hell? When did villains show up?" With then soon Ida saying, "Abrona!" Looking back at her driver saying, "Oh, hey Tenya." With, "Sorry I stepped in without saying anything, but you're kind of the hero type, so I figured saving her was the right thing to do." With then soon Ida wanted to chastise her, but realizing that she did the right thing. With then soon Tiger and Mandalay wanted to ask how Ida knows her, but right now isn't the time for that. With Pixie Bob getting back with that of her two teammates, with then saying, "How the hell did villains show up?" With the remaining members of Class 1A, such as that of Ojiro, Koda, began to feeling somewhat worried. However, Kendo, on the other hand, staying calm, but then soon looking at Izuku and Pyra, and that of Pyra as well. With then Izuku saying, "Wait, if villains are here and Koda's not," with then realizing the situation, as soon the members of the Wild Wild Pussycats, alongside that of Abrona, began to battle, are about to get ready to fight with that of Spinner and Magne. With soon Izuku couldn't help but run off, with then soon Pyra saying, "Izuku, where are you going?" With realizing what Izuku's trying to do, she couldn't help but run after her driver as well. With then Mandalay saying, "Midoriya, where are you? I gotta go and save Koda. I know where he is. Don't worry, I'll bring him back in one piece. I promise." After saying that, Mandalay couldn't help but feel somewhat worried. However, right now, she needs to focus on these villains that are in front of her. But she sends out a telepathic message towards Koda, asking him on where he is and to come back to the camp as soon as possible, given how dangerous it is. However, little did she know, Koda already is in danger, with then, soon, a person standing right beside Koda, and that's of a full-on cloak, saying, "Huh, nice hat you got there, kid. Honestly, I wanted something a lot cooler like that, but all I got was this dinky, lame-ass mask after all. So, how about it? Want to trade?" With then Koda actually freaking out, noticing now that a villain is basically in front of him, as then he tries to run away, with then soon the man saying, "Typical." As for a split second, through that of his, cargo pants, you could actually see his muscles basically bulge for a second before getting right in front of Koda, as soon the cloak alongside that of the man's mask falls off, with then Koda getting a good look at the man, remembering the look from the same person that took the lives of his parents, the villain known as Muscular, as he has that of one gnarly scar on the left side of his face with an artificial eye, and that, however, what stands out the most is that of his enigmatic smile that basically screams bloodlust. As Koda basically feeling like his life is flashing before what life he did have is flashing before his eyes. Before then, soon, a blast of fire hits Muscular in the back, as he soon winces that in pain, burning away what left of the, cloak was basically, falling off of him. With then, soon, throwing his blade towards Pyra, saying, "Pyra, all yours!" With then jumping up into the air and then kicking that of Muscular in the face, knocking him back before, as she also uses his face as that of a springboard, before throwing that of her sword into that of Muscular, as then the sword begins to spin towards Muscular, with then burning, also slashing him and burning him at the exact same time, as Pyra screams, "Fire wheel!" as she uses that of her blade art, with Muscular screaming and that of burns in pain, before then the Aegis sword flying right back to Pyra, before giving it back to Izuku, as the two stand in front of Koda, with then Muscular feeling both the burns and slash wounds on his body. However, using that of his muscle fibers to basically, protect himself from the slashes. However, the burns themselves, on the other hand, basically burned away his muscle fibers, with making it harder to regrow them. But even so, he still does, as he couldn't help but smirk, saying, "So, you're Midoriya, and that blade chick, but as well." With then soon, Izuku couldn't help but narrow his eyes a bit, with even Pyra feeling somewhat worried as well, as both of them are linked up together through their ether connection. With then Kota basically saying, Why are you here?" With then Izuku saying, "Don't worry, Kota, we're here to save you." With then hearing that, Muscular couldn't help but basically scoff, saying, Seriously? You think you could save this brat? Hell, you actually think you can actually play hero just because you're training to be one? Don't make me laugh. If anything, you wouldn't even be standing here or even still be alive to say that if it wasn't for the busty chick right next to you. With then Pyra actually, blushing, but also taking that as a goddamn offense as well, saying, "Part of me, I'm not normally known to be the violent one, but I really do want to burn him, Izuku. With then Izuku saying, part of me was actually willing you to allowing it, but we also need information. And wondering on why a villain is here. With then soon Muscular saying, oh well, let's see if the two of you can actually show me a good time. Because I always wanted to know, how does a blade bleed? As then, in that of a burst of speed, within soon, muscle fibers began to emerge from that of Muscular's arms, all across that of his shoulders as well, as they were about to slam into that of Izuku. Within soon, Pyra using that of her ether shield to defend Izuku. With seeing the perfect opportunity, Izuku slashes at Muscular's muscle fibers. Within, Muscular began to feel that of the muscle fibers basically being burned through, even though he's made his muscle fibers durable enough to withstand the slash. But the burns themselves, again, continue to whittle him down before knocking back Izuku. As then, stopping the shield, she rushes towards Izuku, comforting him as trying to cushion his fall. Before then, soon, Izuku stands back up and saying, thanks, Pyra. Saying, don't mention it. As then, saying, he's strong. His quirk, I can tell. His quirk basically allows him to put layers upon layers of muscle fibers. It's strong, really strong. And even if we burn through his fibers and he does feel the pain, most likely he's making new fibers over the old ones. With then soon Muscular saying, hey, what you whispering there, brat? With then saying, oh right, before I kill you, since you're on that of Shigaraki's kill list after all, and given that blades basically go back to their damn core crystal once their driver dies, I gotta bring that lady back. But before then, I need to ask, you know where that damn brat Bakugo is? With then Izuku alongside that of Pyra's eyes widening, saying, Bakugo? Kachan. With then saying, what do you want with him? With then saying, since you're asking that, I'm guessing you don't know. Well, whatever. I'll just take you out and kill you and get the damn core crystal that Shigaraki wants. With then soon, muscles begin to wrap around Muscular once again, rushing towards Izuku. But then soon, Izuku basically heading towards Muscular as well, as he prepares that of a drive art, as flames begin to gather around that of Pyra's sword, saying, Detroit Smash! Bringing down a blast of fire towards that of Muscular. Within, Muscular feeling the flames burning through his muscle fibers. However, he basically tanks it through and through, about to slam into that of Izuku again, before Pyra makes it towards her driver, protecting him too. Within, soon, Muscular seeing the perfect opportunity, he begins to send out of Muscular barrages of his punches over and over and over again onto the shield, hoping, as we seeing that the shield is about to crack, Izuku jumps up into the air before screaming out, California Smash! As then sending that of a pillar slash towards that of Muscular down below him, as feeling his body getting burned once again, but still using muscle fibers to try and recover what damage he is dealing. Within soon, no longer feeling that of the punches on her ether shield. Within, Izuku noticing this, saying, Pyra, yours! Within, tossing the sword back to Pyra as she catches the sword. Within, saying, as she soon spins, saying, Flame Nova! Within, a ring of fire sending towards that of Muscular, cutting right through that of his gut. Within, Muscular actually began to feel the pain from that of the flames and the waves alone. Within him, basically on the edge of the cliffside, before then soon going down to his knees, finally feeling the intense burns coming off of him, as then Muscular trying to catch his breath. But then Izuku lands on the ground as he walks over to Pyra as she offers her sword back to her driver, as the two couldn't help but smile at each other. With then Kota seeing the situation, saying, he's pushing them back. Both of them are. They're actually pushing back Mama and Papa's killer. They're doing it. With then soon, back a couple months back, with that of Kota living with Mandalay and the Pussycats. With it, as Koda's basically outside, all on his own, angry, pissed, before Mandalay comes out, and basically saying, Koda, I understand how you feel. You don't like being around us, and we get it. But there's going to be a time when you realize that not all heroes are basically what you think they are. And you'll see them. You'll see what a hero really is. With then looking back at Pyra and Izuku, with then he couldn't help but smile before then Muscular begins to laugh. With then his laughter begins to become louder and louder and louder as he continues laughing, with even Izuku and Pyra begin to feel unease. With then soon he couldn't help but laugh even more, saying, oh my god, this is the best fight I've had in my entire life. You know, when I thought that you little bastard only got as strong because you had somebody helping you, especially a freak of nature of a woman like that you wouldn't even be much of a challenge. But I was wrong. God damn, I was wrong. And luckily, I'm happy I am. Which means I can go all out. I can't wait to basically see both of you bleeding and bloody on the ground when I'm done. With then both Izuku and Pyra getting back into combat. But then soon, Kota saying, is that all you care about? Is that all you want? All you do is just want to kill people? With then hearing Kota's voice, with soon Muscular saying, huh? The hell you want, brat? The hell you on? Saying, don't you remember Waterhose? The heroes you killed about that of a year ago? Is that all you care about, is just killing people? It's because of you. Because of people like you. The world doesn't make sense anymore. With then Izuku and Pyra looking at Kota. Hell, even Mythra, hearing all this, couldn't help but feel bad for Kota. With then soon Muscular could help but say, what? Your parents were basically those water hose losers? Now it makes a lot of sense on why you felt way more scared of me. Even when kids basically see me, they run as fast as they can. But for you got shocked as soon as you saw me. So you really were those losers' parents. But also, allow me to explain myself, brat. With then Izuku, Pyra, and Kota were caught off guard. With then standing back up before soon trying to pull something out of his pocket, saying, don't get the wrong idea, kid. I had nothing against them. Not one bit. Hell, even when they gave me this gnarly looking scar and took my eye, I still didn't hold a grudge against them. The only reason that I killed them is because they stood in my way. All I wanted was just to cause mayhem and carnage. Seeing people's blood running through the streets. That's all I wanted. It's not my fault that they died basically standing in my way and in my joy and my fun time. It's their own damn fault for dying after all. And they say that they're going to stop me and going to save people. Let's face it. They died because they were unable to keep their promise of taking me down. And that's what happens when you basically make promises you can't keep. Within hearing that, both Izuku and Pyra, both their eyes being shadowed by that of their hair, within soon, Muscular finally got something out of his pocket, saying, Now I can test out this baby. With then soon pulling out the artificial eye and hit on the left side of his face and putting in that of another one as it soon fits inside. However, something begins to happen to Muscular as his muscle fibers basically get even bigger and bigger. Within soon, Izuku and Pyra see this. Within saying, ha, now you two, show me your blood! Rushing towards the two, within both Pyra and Izuku basically think both at the same time saying, so fast! Within both of them dodging out of the way, within Muscular basically crashes into that of the wall of the cliff side. Within, everything begins to shake. With soon, Mythra speaking, saying, this is bad. If he continues this up, this ledge is going to become unstable as hell. With soon, Pyra saying, I thought the same thing. But then looking at Izuku, with Izuku thinking the same thing. With then, as soon, the two getting closer and closer together, as then, Musky saying, oh no you don't, as he rushes straight to Izuku first. As he's too fast for Izuku to react, he's soon slammed in that of the gut as he cuffs off that of spit and a little bit of blood before being slammed onto the ground again on that of the again, feeling at least a few of his bones being cracked. Within, trying to gasp for air before then soon, Pyra basically sending that of a fireball towards that of Muscular. Running towards Izuku and Muscular, she soon switches out with that of Mythra. Within, Mythra grabbing that of her sword from Izuku's hands before using that began to slash at his body. Within soon, Muscular actually began to feel the pain through that of his muscle fibers. As then soon, Mythra began slashing faster and faster and faster and faster than that of Muscular can react, before jumping up into the air and dealing that of a downward slash onto Muscular, within cutting right through that of his muscle fibers, within saying, damn, she's strong. Makes sense. She's considered to be the stronger one. With then soon, Izuku getting out of the crater, even though he's groaning in a bit of pain, with then holding on to that of her driver, saying, hang on, Izuku, saying, fine, just a few broken bones here and there. Not reassured by her driver's words, saying, that's not supposed to be a good thing, Izuku. With then Izuku saying, right now, I need to stand my ground, Mythra. We need to take him down. One attack, one strike. Originally, Pyra and I were planning to use that blazing sword to take him down and make him fall to the cliff. But right now, I don't think we are going to be able to do so. So that only leaves one option. Within, Mythra saying, there's a sacred arrow. We do know I'm not trying to kill him. As much as he deserves it, he can't. I won't cross that line. Far from it. We're just going to need to cause him to pass out. A fall from this high will basically will most definitely keep him down. During that time, we'll use what we need to do to fully knock him out. With then hearing this, Mythra saying, all right, this better work, Izuku. With then soon, ether flow begins to happen from both of them as Izuku's hair begins to flow up into the air with that of the glowing energy from Mythra's ether. Within soon, Muscular finally getting his bearings back again as muscle fibers begin to wrap around his body even faster and more before. Then saying, oh yeah, brats, show me what you can do. Give me everything you got. I'll break you down right here and now. With then soon raising up the Aegis sword high up into the air. With then saying, Siren, now! Sacred Arrow! As they both scream this at the same time, within, instead of multiple sacred arrows coming down from the sky, instead, it only being one, just like that of the sports festival. Within, Muscular thinking he can basically take them down before it could even land. However, little did he know, light is still faster than whatever speed he could reach. Within, soon he runs almost close right into that of the sacred arrow, burning at least a few more of his muscle fibers. However, the sacred arrow goes deep, really deep into that of the cliffside, as cracks begin to basically happen around that of Muscular. Within, Izuku, alongside that of Mythra, rush towards Koda and try to grab him away from the cliffside. Within, getting closer and closer down the safer passageway into that of the forest. Within, Muscular screaming, saying, "No way in hell!" As he begins to fall. Seeing this, both Izuku, Mythra, and Koda couldn't help but be shocked and surprised. And also, the two Driver and Blade couldn't help but smile, seeing that their plan worked. Within, Koda saying, You beat him." Within, Izuku and Mythra couldn't help but smile at Koda. Within, soon, Mythra saying, "Well, did you expect anything less, kid? Seriously, you gotta have more faith in people and heroes after all." Within, Izuku saying, "Mythra." Within saying, "Oh, right. Sorry." But still, soon, Koda wanted to say something snappy at her, but realizing that maybe she's right. Within, soon, Izuku saying, "Right. We better get you get you back to Mandalay and into the camp as well." As Izuku wanted to carry Koda, however, his left arm is still pretty broken right now. Soon, Mythra saying, "Don't worry, I got him." As then, grabbing onto that of the 7-year-old, Koda actually begins to blush, being pretty close to Mythra, with Mythra wanting to tease Koda, but not the right time. Soon, they begin to hear something basically shaking before then coming up from that of the destroyed cliffside, being that of Muscular, with many of his muscle fibers basically damaged, and a bit of his face, and even his shirt basically completely ripped, with a few bruises on that of his body, as he couldn't help but laugh again, saying, "Now that was something! I've never seen a hero ever do something like that, or even plan to do something like that. You guys are a riot. I gotta give you credit for that. And I'm definitely excited." Soon, Izuku and Mythra completely caught off guard by this, saying, "No way in hell." Mythra saying, "Guy's a literal freaking monster. Even after falling from that high, that should have knocked him out." Or even soon, still seeing that Muscular is still pretty damaged, which means they could still probably bring him down, but only with enough. Soon, Izuku basically stepping forward, heading towards Muscular. Soon, Izuku saying, "Mythra, put an ether link to us." Soon, Mythra saying, "What the hell are you doing, Izuku? I'm going to give you guys time to run." Soon, Mythra saying, "Are you insane? I need you, Mythra, please. I need you to get Koda somewhere safe. Once you can do that, you can come back. But until then, just do this for me." Mythra saying, "Why do you always do shit like this? Why do you always put yourself in danger? All the damn time. First it was at the USJ. Then it was with Todoroki. And now with this? Are you insane? Why? Within, even Koda was actually caught off guard by this too, before Izuku, having that of a serious look on his face before looking back at Mythra with that of a kind, caring, and loving smile, saying, "Cuz it's a hero's duty to protect those who are in need, and even protect those that he cares about the most, like you and Pyra." With then, hearing that, Mythra, even that of Pyra inside, tears began to wind up in their body. With soon Izuku feeling the ether flow, without, as Mythra just did it without even realizing she did. But soon, the golden ether flow flowing through that of his body to his hair, basically flowing up and spiking up as before. As then, Izuku placing that of his broken arm onto that of the sword, on the Aegis sword once again. With then soon feeling the light energy pulsing through that of the blade, with saying, "I'm going to give you guys this opening. So I'm going to knock him back as much as I can, and hold him back if I can too. So please, do this for me. Mythra, Pyra, protect Koda." With then, soon seeing this, Pyra saying, I don't want to leave him. I can't leave him. I don't want to leave Izuku behind. With then, Mythra saying, "We're both on the same boat on that." What? This is Izuku we're talking about. With soon, with that of Izuku saying, "I'm doing this for them. I'm doing this to protect them. Even without me. Even they'll find somebody better. Heck, Koda would probably be a better choice for them than me. I'm doing this because I need to protect them. I'm doing this because a hero has to protect everybody. And with the information about them coming for Kachan, they could tell them. Even Koda can." Am I just doing this to prove myself to be a hero? I've always been told I'll never be a hero. I'll never be somebody that people can rely on. And just like Muscular said, I've only come this far because of them. Because of Pyra, because of Mythra, because of Jin. Only them. They're the reason I'm here. If I was here by myself, try to get into UA by myself, and I would never try to become a hero by myself, it would never happen. I'm guessing that this is just my subconsciousness wanting to prove that I can do this without anybody's help. Even though, with soon, Izuku, without even realizing it, on the right side of his face, he begins to tear up. Even so, I don't want to leave them. I don't want to leave Mom, All Might, Mirio Senpai, Jin, and especially with then thinking about Pyra and Mythra. I don't want to leave them either, but I also don't. With then soon Muscular rushing towards Izuku and that of blinding speeds. With then soon Izuku screaming out, "Delaware, Detroit, smash!" Bringing down the sword to the ground as a blast of light ether sending towards Muscular, pushing him back as even began to feel that of the light basically burning through and even cutting through that of his muscle fibers. But even so, he tries to push himself further and further and further towards Izuku. With then Izuku trying to send more and more of Mythra's ether towards that of Muscular. Within soon, Mythra saying, "You always do this. You always try to be the hero you always wanted to be, even though it just causes you to suffer. And what about us? With then Pyra speaking, saying, You say you care about us. You say you want us to help you, but then you always do stuff like this. Always by yourself. Don't you see it? With then Mythra speaking once more, saying, Don't you see how we feel on what you're doing? With then both Pyra and Mythra speak at the same time, saying, What you're doing is breaking our hearts. As both of them cry at the same time. At the same time that this happened, their core crystal begins to shine. With soon, Izuku continues to try to hold back Muscular. However, he feels something basically pulling his mind somewhere else. Before then, he's in that of a dark room and can't see anything besides a few glowing lights around the area. Within, hearing a person's voice saying, So, you're Numa's driver. With then, Izuku freaking out saying, Who's there? Saying, you can call me the architect. Within, hearing this, Izuku saying, The architect? Wait, you mean the architect of Alres? The world where both Pyra, Mythra, and Jin come from? Saying, the one and the same. Wow, it's truly an honor to meet the god of another world. Saying, well, I'm no god, just a man. A man who has had many mistakes, who has done too many mistakes. And seeing that one of my own children's driver is planning to do somewhat the same mistake as me. With then hearing that, Izuku couldn't help but feel somewhat, saddened by this. Before the man, known as the architect, spoke up saying, Numa was never meant to leave this world. But then Izuku saying, Numa? Wait, are you talking about Pyra and Mythra? Is that their real name? Saying, yes, it is. They were never supposed to leave. But when I saw that they were actually in another world with no core crystals, things happened here at All Rest. Things that can never be taken back. Things I wish I could have stepped in, but I can't. So I decided to send what remaining core crystals of All Rest to that world as well, when you were able to open it using the conduit. Saying, the conduit? A gateway. A gateway to endless, infinite power source. A power source that can turn somebody's imagination and wants into reality. The objects that use to channel this power source are known as the Trinity processors, or as Numa likes to call them, the Aegis. With then Izuku saying Aegis or Aegises? There's more than one like Pyra and Mythra? With then the architect nods saying yes. But you see, Numa is the one who truly has full control over the conduit. Because of her power being too much, I only sealed away half of it, which also led to her creating that of another half of herself. The half that you known as Pyra. Pyra, the suppressed flames of the light that Mythra holds, and Mythra, basically an even more suppressing form for Numa. The reason I suppressed her power, because I was hoping that someday she will find someone. If she ever awakened or was ever used, she would find somebody that will help her with that true power. Find somebody worthy enough to use the conduit more safely than even me. And I believe that was you. But seeing on how much you have made them cry, maybe I was wrong. Within Izuku, hearing these words, couldn't help but feel somewhat down, realizing I have been, haven't I? I've always been alone. I've always been basically hated, mistreated, almost all my entire young life. And then when when Mythra and Pyra came into my life, I was happy. No, to be honest, I was joyful. I never felt so happy in my whole life that I never thought anybody would care about me outside of my own mother. Even though she never supported my dream, I know she still cared about me. But then, when they came to me, I never thought I would never have any more friends. To be honest, I never thought I would actually fall in love with my best friend. All I've wanted was just for us to stay the same. For us to be happy, to get all three of us to be happy together. And yet, within soon, the architect speaking, saying, they love you too, more than you know. With then, hearing this, Izuku couldn't help but be caught off guard. They've always loved you. They've always cared for you. Always wanted the happiness for you because all they wanted was for you to be happy. As long as you were happy, they were happy. Even if you found somebody that wasn't them, they would still be happy for you, even if they suffered in secret. Within Izuku saying, I would never find anybody better than them. They're the only two people I love more than anything in this world. Within hearing that, soon the man couldn't help but smirk, saying, and that's all I needed to hear. With soon, the lights began to showing that of a decrepit old man that looks nothing but skin and bones, with that of long blonde hair, with then saying, Izuku Midoriya, I entrust you with my daughters. I entrust you with the power of the conduit. And I entrust you with their happiness as well. Do not let me down, and do not let them down as well. With then, after saying that, he raises his hand up. Within soon, and that of Izuku's chest, something emerges. Something that looks quite familiar, as it looks like that of an X in that of his chest. However, it looks quite familiar, saying, this looks like it's part of Numa's core crystal. I took that piece from her and added to you. From now on, the two of you are connected, both by heart, body, and mind. Please, do what you can do as who you are. A hero, was it not? Within hearing those words, Izuku, having that of a look of resolve and determination, before then soon, back into that of the original reality, with soon, Mythra begins to glow, and into that of a bright green light. In front of Izuku, the light, that of the power of light from Mythra begins to stop. However, as Muscular thought that he had the perfect opportunity, he soon was stopped from that of pure force alone, like a power that was basically even beyond him, basically telling him to stand where he is now. With then soon, in Izuku's hands, Mythra's sword begins to shift, change, and become something else. Before then, Izuku bringing the sword up to the air as he screams, as then a bright green blade of double-edged blade emerges from that of the sword, as the light blade is even bigger than that of Izuku himself. The Aegis blades were long enough as they were, but this one seems even longer and even bigger as before. With soon, Mythra laying down Coda, before then she begins to change as as her outfit still having that of a layers of white. However, there's also layers of blue and green as well, with then two devices begin to float right beside her on her right and on her left, almost looking like that of satellites actually, before their hair becomes into that of a ponytail all the way down to that of her waist in the color of green. Then her eyes opening into that of emerald green, it's close to that of Izuku's as well. Within soon Mythra, or rather Numa, stands right beside Izuku, and also with seeing the new change to that of Izuku as well, as seeing that of the piece of Mythra and Pyra's core crystal in his chest, with that of a missing piece from that of her core crystal as well. But then Izuku saying, "Hey, and sorry, Numa." With soon she saying, "All is forgiven. I heard Father talked to you, didn't he?" Saying, "Yeah, guess I didn't expect to basically meet your father so soon, and him giving me a scolding about how I feel. And how you feel too." With then saying, "Thank you." Saying, as then Izuku saying, "I'm no longer holding myself back. I will be honest with myself all the way, no matter what." With then saying, and that's exactly what I like to hear. With soon Muscular, still unable to move a finger, couldn't help but get annoyed as from trying with his willpower alone, saying, "Don't you dare ignore me, you brats! What the hell is going on here?" With then soon Izuku, not even bothering with answering Muscular, saying, "One solitary slash. It's all I need to put you down, Muscular." With then Muscular completely shocked and surprised, especially on the tone of Izuku alone. With soon Izuku, with both hands, feeling that of the glow of his new sword, the true Aegis sword, as he puts his blade right close to on the side of his face, before and that of a quick flash, right beside Izuku being that of Numa, with then Muscular planning on using that, trying to create that of a powerful and overwhelming fist of muscle fibers from his right arm, wanting to basically slam both of them into the ground, hoping to see their faces caved in from their solitary smash. However, little did Muscular know, they were way too fast for him to even react, as he's still basically in the same mindset, believing that he was going to slam them into the ground. However, that was far from the case, as right behind them being Izuku and Numa, with Muscular still standing where he is, with trying to create that of a massive fist. Before then, soon his muscle fibers all began to recede back into his body, as then he slumps down to the ground on his knees before falling onto the ground. As then, with his one good eye, he begins to freak out, saying, What just happened? What did you do?" Within Izuku saying, "I was thinking, should I basically get rid of your quirk entirely using this power? I did it before with the Nomu back at the USJ, temporarily. But then I realized that's too cruel. So I decided to basically sever your connection to your quirk entirely. And since your quirk is connected to that of your muscle fibers and to your muscles in general, well, you basically can't even move your body at all. You're nothing but paralyzed, only from your neck down." With then hearing this, Muscular couldn't believe it, as he tries to move around more and more, with then saying, "No, No, 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 no! This can't be happening! I'm supposed to be the strongest! I'm supposed to be the most powerful! I'm supposed to see people's blood on this, basically kneel before my feet! Now I can't do that anymore! You cruel psychotic! Within soon, with one solitary slash to that of Muscular's back, within Muscular wincing in that of pain before completely passing out. Within Izuku dematerializing that of the massive light blade from his aegis and placing it on his shoulder, saying, "You speak too much, Muscular." Within Koda, on the other hand, saw all of this, saw on what Izuku just did, the power he just shown. Within seeing that of both Izuku and Mythra, Pyra, or rather Numa, basically just did to Muscular, to the man that took away his family, as seeing both of them, not just one as his hero, but both of them, even though one of them is a sentient quirk in his eyes, still, they both seem like his hero, my hero. As Koda begins to tear up and cry, within Izuku looking at Numa saying, "Pyra, Mythra, Numa." Within, Numa looks straight at Izuku saying, "What is it, Izuku?" Within, with one solitary smile, even though face has seen better days, he couldn't help but the smile says it all. The smile of true, caring love, saying, "I love you, all three of you, no matter what." With that, Numa begins to tear up, saying, "I loved you too, all this time. And you actually said it before I could. God, I'm pathetic." With then, basically hugging Izuku tight to her. Within Izuku hugging her back with his one good arm, actually. As Izuku finally was able to confess to that of the one person or the three people he loves in his entire life. And that's it. Thank you guys for watching. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. Please tell me what you guys think in the comments below. Love to read them. So, how did you guys like this? Sorry that this took forever. Honestly, I wanted to make this special after all. I was planning on Izuku awakening that of Numa during the summer camp arc from the very beginning. Yeah, Izuku's going to be pretty damn overpowered now, but Izuku has had Pyra and Mythra in his life all the way since back when he was 13 years old. He's had years to basically master their abilities and their capability and how to able to use them properly. So now that he's 15, it only makes sense that he finally comes to his feelings and emotions for both of them, which was the reason was holding him back from getting the power of the conduit after all. So now, yeah, Izuku's basically God tier this early on, but he'll only use it on special occasions. Right now, it's that kind of special occasion. So, and we finally have the confession between that of Izuku, Pyra, Mythra, and now Numa. So I hope you guys enjoyed that. Alright, if you guys like this, please like, comment, and subscribe. Hit that bell notification cue to date my videos when I upload on the channel. Also, please check out my Discord, my gaming channel, my side channel, my other channel, my Patreon, and my Cash App. All link in the description below. So, with all that said, this is Leon Mookie, signing out. Later, guys, and take care. Take it away, Shiro. All yours, my lady.
Hi, everyone. This is White Fox. If you liked Leon's video, click the video on the left to see the most recent one. And if you want to see more of this, click the subscribe button and notification bell and check out his playlists. If you still haven't subscribed, do so in the center. With that said, I hope to see you again on my love's channel. Bye!